Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. There were no Philadelphia sport games on today, no Flyers, no Sixers, but this is a reaction video to yesterday's thrashing we got at the hands of the Rangers when this was a game that we could have jumped them in the standings was huge in a negative way. This is Sports Fanatic News. I'm Joe Boric. Let's examine the game. We got an early goal by Jordan Weal. That was a very nice play. But then we had our first defensive breakdown. Rick Nash had an open breakaway and scored. Then Miller got his goal after Nash's goal. Then Carey got his goal. We allowed a power play and they scored. Grabner took it from Voracek. There were turnovers, penalties, and defensive breakdowns, which are like the three biggest mortal sins in hockey that cost us this game. Then, of course, Rick Nash scored again on a nice shot later in the game. That was just a nice play. He was coming down the ice and picked the corner and shot it. That was like a vintage Rick Nash play. The shots, they had 29 shots. We actually had 26. They just capitalized on chances, got much better chances than we did. We had that early goal, which was a great deflection by Jordan Weal. Then we did nothing. We did absolutely nothing. Elliott obviously did not have a good game, but some of these goals, Rick Nash on a breakaway is still a good scorer. He's been one of the better guys for years, and then has been struggling this year, but you still don't want that guy on a breakaway. So that's not on him. Grabner turnover is not really on him because you have a guy's having one of the best seasons, if not the best of his career this year. So some things I don't on him, but you also take a goalie out at that instance for people, I think, in that perspective, because it's supposed to be a momentum jump, but we got nothing. We literally just sucked after starting out in the first 5 minutes well, or 10, and just sucked after that. Had defensive breakdowns, turnovers, bad passes, maybe one too many passes a few times. It was just an overall bad game for the Flyers. They got to bounce back tomorrow in Lindros's retirement night against the Maple Leafs, because now how this affected the standings, the Rangers have 51 points. We only have 48. So it would be very nice to beat the Maple Leafs tomorrow after losing to the Rangers. Of course, the Sixers have a game at the same time tomorrow, too. So that'll be a good night for the setup to watch both games. Get the setup going, two computers going, or a computer and a tablet so you can watch both games per the NBC Sports app. But it is amazing how the Flyers had this great streak going, which they still, this is one bad game. I want to see, because we've been going good of late, how we bounce back from this bad game. It's like the Sixers have been going better of late. I said this in some videos about them. So when they have like that bad game, like they did against Boston and London, when they let them come back, how will they bounce back next? And they're starting to look better at bouncing back. This is the Flyers' chance to really bounce back. But I think today's game, definitely since our bad stretch, this is the worst game I've seen us play. And this game, if you take all the games from our bad stretch, might have even been a worse game than some of the games in that stretch. Because let's see, we didn't have breakdown for breakaways. That was during it, but we didn't have that mixed in with not great goaltending, mixed in with turnovers in the zone, mixed in with just making bad decisions all in one game to cost us the game necessarily in that stretch. This was just a really bad game, but it was a really bad game while we're doing good at the current moment. So on the right side, I want to take it, how are we going to bounce back? This is our time to show how we will bounce back from games like this, because we need to and we have to bounce back and beat Toronto tomorrow so we stay in a good spot in the standings. Because then we face the Devils on Saturday, and the Devils are a hard team to beat. We play them at home. That is a 1 p.m. game. and we sometimes struggle against them. So I really want to beat the Maple Leafs. I hope we do tomorrow. I will look ahead to that tomorrow. This has been a reaction to the Rangers game. It was very ugly, an awful game, but let's see how we bounce back. This has been Sports Fanatic News. I'm Joe Boric. Have a wonderful Wednesday evening, everybody. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the snow. Peace out.